Hiya. Having a great time. Feel like I'm in this beautiful little peaceful moment with the Lord, and everything's just flowing. I'm real aware of this bug on my leg, and now I'm going off this road. I'm in this peaceful little moment with the Lord, and then I backed the boat into this really tight space, and it was so redemptive because Dad was there being like, roll down your window, do what I'm telling you, and of course you have to not listen to the sirens or else you will crash your boat on the rocks. And so you hold tight and fast to the fact that you're the one who's backing up a trailer with all the angles involved. Boy, it worked out. It really worked out, and it was so redemptive because about this time last year, I was doing something similar and ended up having an anxiety attack afterwards because of how just stressful it was having Dad yell directions at me and then me gouge both of our boats while I'm backing up. And so it's just so redemptive because it was just peaceful, and I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna do this. And he's yelling, and I just kept getting out of the car and looking where it was, and did it 3 times and went right in, even through all the random obstacles that we were of course there. And so I got the boat in, and then pulled up the hill and got the kayak stacked up, and then I continued on. Dad was like, I told him something. I was like, yeah, I'll talk about all this other stuff. You know me, I have to focus on what I'm doing, so that way I can think through it. He's like, yeah, I know. And it was actually a sweet moment between me and him, but you can tell there's some tension because I wasn't taking his instruction. So then I texted him and I was like, hey, thank you so much for letting me put the boat under there. It really takes the pressure off. And he just responds with love you and 6 exclamation marks. So that just was really awesome. And this beetle is tickling me, but I'm not gonna die. And yeah, so it's just really awesome, and things went really well, and I got that underneath there, and then when I drove the car up the hill, there was this scraping noise underneath the car, and I'm like, oh no, I finally did it. I went down too deep in the rut, and then the concrete that Sal poured in there scraped something, and I look, and it just hit my hitch. It just hit my trailer hitch as I went over it, and nothing was hurt. So that was awesome, and got all the stuff I wanted to take up to the tiny house there, and then I gave Dad the cardboard, and that worked out. And then I called Mars Electric, and my favorite guy, who really blessed me, usually at the Streetsboro branch, he permanently moved to Mayfield, their main branch, and he answers the phone. And it's just so funny because I call him, and I always talk to him in Streetsboro, and he knows me, I'm always, splitting hairs and being like, no, I want that, you know what I'm talking about, can you please tell me what the part is, because I want exactly this part. And he's like, okay, Joey, I'll figure it out. And so I've been doing this to him for years, since he was the new kid and was a teenager. And now I've already been talking to him for probably 10 years, and now he's married with a kid, which is insane. And so he picks up the phone, and he's in Mayfield, and he just did me a massive favor the last time I talked to him. He stayed back behind, and he cut me some wire that I needed, so that way I could get the utilities in for the tiny house before it was going to rain, and bury and wreck my trench. And he stayed after and got me all the wire and hid it behind a dumpster for me, and really saved the day. So I got to thank him, and it was really sweet. And he was at the wrong branch, and so it was cool that he picked up the phone, and they have 5 clerks there, so it was awesome that I even got him. And then he put together my whole order, and it was really cordial and sweet, and you could tell that it was just nice, oh yeah, we know each other, and it was just cozy. And then I called Steve and left him a message, and I saw an owl in a tree, and it was all really nice. And then there was a bug on my leg, and here I am with this. And it's all just really nice, and the sun's out, and the sky's blue, and what do you want? I'm here almost at Mayfield, and they left me a key because they trust me, and they sent me some compliments. I was trying to be polite when I asked him for a key, and was like, hey, if you want to have, more time to get to know me before giving me a key, I understand, but it's really going to expedite the job and keep us closer to our timeline if I'm able to come and go as I please. I didn't say it that way, but they responded so sweet, and they were like, you're an open book. We knew you were trustworthy as soon as you walked in the door. And I was like, wow, thanks. And so now I'm going to go get my key and do what I want. And then Julia's family's cooking dinner tonight. And even though I got to drive a whole bunch, I kind of just love it. And my car's clean and all my tools are in the back. And I have the cardboard on the seat so that way the materials don't wreck it. And well, then I chopped the kayak racks off the other car. And I got all the tires filled up. And I got the boat brought back where it was. And I fixed the trailer. And well, everything's fine. And the little pressure washer I bought works real good, and well, I'm just over the moon. Sono batito ange. I'm over the moon. I'm on the little cloud, bilingually in Italian and French. Bye.